So as it stands, we could conclude that Drake would never outrun the ghostwriter allegations. And just when the dust begins to settle, we get another one that gets the party going. And today we got one that some have described as, and this is how the beef between Wayne and Drake starts. And we got another round, thanks to a comment from Lil Waynes Son, Lil Novi, who made a shocking revelation. And what made this unique is that it is coming from Lil Waynes Son, as the rumors of Drake using ghostwriters have been on for years now. But before we dive into it today we also got Xzibit, who recently spoke on why him and Eminem jumped Jermaine Dupri. And today we also have a Father's Day special from 50 Cent that showed the rapper throwing shots at his baby mamas and even his son, who complained in the past that he didn't receive enough child support from the rapper, was also getting cooked by 50 online. And we also got Will Smith out here revealing another all-time fumble, just like he did when he turned down The Matrix. And starting with Drake, a snippet recently hit the web that sparked another round of drama when Lil Waynes Son was asked to choose between Drake and Lil Wayne.
Who's better, Lil Wayne or Drake?
Lil Wayne. My dad wrote most of the shit, so I mean, on God, like if it wasn't for my pops, then it wouldn't be no Drake, like for real. I mean, it probably would be a Drake, but he wouldn't be where he at now.
No, that's completely.
And this was all it took for things to get out of hand on social media, as fans have been going off. Go listen to Take Care. You can literally hear Drake imitating Wayne reference track, voice on Hell Yeah Freaking Right, Cameras Will Be Fine, and motto. And the roasting session was on, as this was taken as more confirmation that Drake uses ghostwriters. Makes more sense of why Drake's first 2 or 3 albums he raps so nasally. I just always thought he was a poser and actor that was emulating Lil Wayne to sound more like a rapper, but this makes more sense. All doesn't mean all, by the way. The Weeknd and Party Next Door wrote a bunch too, laughing emojis, and we got edits of Drizzy Vanilli, and of course Kendrick Lamar fans stayed on Drake's neck. I can dig rapping, but a rapper with a ghostwriter, what the F happened? And now we got users pulling up clips of Drake claiming his greatest strength is his writing skills, and this has been used to mock Drake even further.
That's kind of how music is a collaborative thing, you know? It's and I understand in rap, of course, in your comment section, it's a little different because we conduct ourselves, and I still associate myself in that community, we conduct ourselves by a few different rules. We tweak the rules a little bit in the sense that
if it's a hook, it's okay.
Yeah, it's like, you know, there's things like that, you know, but, you know, with that being said, like, you know, anybody that knows me knows that my strongest talent is writing. That is my strongest talent. I'm not a great singer. I'm a good performer. I've grown into a great performer, but my greatest talent is writing, you know, and that's why people ask me to write songs for them. That's why people like to get in the room and write with me. Yeah, I want to just encourage anybody, like, look, if it makes a great song and you're the one that's voicing it, but it's you and this other person that's cooking it up, you're not doing anything wrong, you know, and that's like, again, for me speaking to any new artist, like, don't let anybody tell you that you're not supposed to collaborate on you. That's what this is for. Whatever gets you to that destination where you have, you know, a great body of work. If you need somebody to write the whole thing and all you do is just go in and track it, there's still artists that exist like that to this day that people love and revere, and they sell out stadiums. That's not me, no. I've wrote all my biggest songs, and any song that really, really did damage for me, I've wrote every single lyric. So that, like,
the hits, yeah.
The hits and the ones that you would, like, it's like, I'm not gonna collaborate with somebody on any of the timestamp records. I'm not collaborating with anybody on, you know, Marvin's Room or the R&B records that are, you know, other than me and Party. Like, I love working with
but
Party.
I think when you say the timestamp records, that is like the MC, like the bars, right?
Yeah.
So I think the idea was like try to discredit you as an MC, that all of that doesn't come from your pen.
Of course.
You're saying that comes from your pen.
But again, curated by the people who are ready to see the downfall of Drake. So again, another little, like, let's try this angle, you know? It's really like I said, I've done studio sessions with people. When I collaborate with people, I always send the idea first. You know, I'm the one that picks the beat and goes, yo, here, just put a verse on this and take that for your album, your single or whatever. You know, I put work in. People know me. I'm good for it. You know, so that's why I'm never really stressed about, like, that narrative. It's cool. It's fun. Again, it's cool for, like, memes and people that want to laugh and all that that dumb shit.
And to this, some have expanded, laughing emojis. He ain't even believed that himself, especially when he was out here rapping other rappers' lyrics word for word. And Lil Wayne is even better, as a while back we got an alleged reference track for Jumbotron-ish poppin', Drake rapping Lil Yachty's lyrics word for word. And back then, users were really disappointed, as we got takes like, I mean, you can change a single word on the song and get writing credits. The fact that the entire song was written by Yachty changes everything. How much of Drake's music is actually his? Because back then, apart from a word or two here and there, it was exactly the same song. However, some have fired back with, we're really posting a 15-year-old kid and taking his word as facts, laughing emoji. And this is so disingenuous and bad faith, because this is not just any 15-year-old kid, this is Lil Waynes Son. And to this, a user expanded, that 15-year-old is the son of one of the most iconic rappers of all time. I'll take his word over a grown man who calls himself the soon-to-be OVO Jimmy Jam, laughing emojis. And the word of this 15-year-old is more credible than any journalist in hip-hop media who probably heard it from someone who heard it from someone else. And only Lil Wayne could shut this down moving forward. Suffice to say that it is not a good look for Drake.
Chat, I might be cooked here.
And moving on, we got Xzibit on the Effective Immediately podcast, and he was asked about why they ended up jumping Jermaine Dupri, and that's him and Eminem, and check out the snippet.
I remember, like, I guess Dre and JD didn't really have the best relationship, and I always thought, like, people like yourself, did y'all ever get caught up in that?
Yeah. Me and Eminem on Jermaine Dupri. And it was just because, you know, we were sitting in the studio one day and he comes on talking about Dr. Dre. You know, look, Jermaine Dupri in his own right, he's an awesome music producer, right? He gave us some really dope kid songs, you know what I'm saying? Crisscross and all that, you know, the music that sounded like Snoop with the other artists, and you know, but he knows how to make records, hit records, and R&B records and all that stuff.
All kind of records.
But again, it goes back to calling out names. That nigga Dre turned around and said, "Y'all got this." How the f am I supposed to react with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta go get this. Y'all got this? Yeah, nigga, we got it.
Yeah.
So that's when the disc came out and M on him, I on him. That was that.
And the quick backstory of the beef between Dr. Dre and JD started, if I recall, in 2001 when JD made some bold claims in a XXL magazine interview claiming he was the best producer in the industry. And how I remember it, he pretty much stated that hands down, nobody in the industry can do what he does. Not Dre, not Timbaland, not nobody. And of course, Dr. Dre wasn't gonna let this slide, as JD could have said all that without bringing up names, and add that to the audacity to say this in the prime Eminem years. That added some insult to injury. And of course, Dre responded on the Eminem show on Say What You Say in bars like, "When I see you, I'ma step on you and not even know it." A dig at JD's height, and also more aimed at JD working with pre-teens to make hit records. Over 80 million records sold, and I ain't have to do it with 10 or 11-year-olds. And of course, Eminem and Xzibit also joined in and things escalated. However, it was all water under the bridge, as in 2013, JD confirmed that they settled their differences, and they even linked up back in 2023, so it is all good, and you could chalk this up today as friendly competition in hindsight. And moving on, before we get to 50 Cent's chaotic Father's Day special, we got Will Smith out here revealing that apart from passing on classics like The Matrix and memorable films like Django Unchained, he also revealed that he passed on the chance to work with one of the greatest directors.
I don't know if you can confirm it that you turned down The Matrix to do Wild Wild West.
That was one of my beautiful scars.
Are there any other movie roles that you've, turned down or maybe, didn't do?
It hurts too bad.
You don't even want to revisit it?
It hurts too bad. I don't think I've ever even said it publicly before. And I'm going to say it now because we're opening up to one another.
Yeah.
Chris Nolan brought me Inception first, and I didn't get it.
Wow. That's never been said before.
I've never said that out loud.
It's an exclusive, Kiss Extra exclusive.
And now that I think about it, it's those movies that go into those alternate realities, they don't pitch well.
Yeah.
But I'm hurt by those two.
And this has gotta be Will Smith every night when he dreams about these movies. And this went super viral hours ago. Reading about Will Smith turning down Inception because he didn't understand it, and also The Matrix because he didn't understand it. I get that those are challenging ideas, but also, he dumb, and some have expanded. If Will had Matrix and Inception, might have the best movie catalog ever. And this is one I'd love to see. I would absolutely love to see Will Smith in a Nolan movie. Will Smith has rarely been in movies where he wasn't the main character, or the film was centered around him. Would be interesting to see him in a more minor role that would really require him to play a character. And personally, Nolan is like the only director these days who could get me first in line at the cinema, even though I've done zero research or watched zero trailers ahead of time. So this was a huge L on Will Smith's part in my opinion, but hey,
nobody wins them all.
And I have to agree, passing on The Matrix and Inception when you were first choice for both is crazy work. And he's on some generational run of fumbles, even though he's already had one of the most successful careers in entertainment. Quite fascinating, to be honest. And before we end it, we got a Father's Day special from 50 that shows 50's been taking it easy on the likes of Diddy based on what he continues to do to people who used to be his family. And he kicked things off on Father's Day, most likely aimed at his baby mama Daphne Joy. Oh, it is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, little clown. I'll have full custody, little clown. You'll be back on Only Fools in no time, little clown. Eyes emoji. But how is your day going, little clown? Now the alleged backstory is that Daphne Joy wanted more from 50, and when she couldn't get it, she decided to link up with Diddy and became one of Diddy's alleged sex workers. And remember, she was allegedly the Jane Doe who testified recently in court, and 50 wasn't done. In another post that's now been edited, he was throwing shots at his first baby mama and his first son, alleging that they took out PPP loans as a scam, and that whatever happens to them moving forward, he's not involved because he didn't know they were scammers. And this man actually posted a scene from Power that shows Kanan, played by 50 Cent, gone down his own son in the series, and 50 shared the video with the caption, "Dude effed up the hit, then came back to tell me I ain't paying enough child support." And this sparked popular reactions about how 50 was playing himself in Power. LOL, Fifth is cold, laughing emoji. He wasn't playing Kanan, he was playing himself in this episode, laughing emoji. And this is the same episode where his son betrayed him and he told his son that he didn't deserve to have the title of his son before he gunned him down.
I ain't your motherfucking daddy. You don't deserve to be my son.
Hey, bro, come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
Now that will be all for today, and I'll be looking forward to your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.